Hey, yo, I want to tell you guys about this time I was up in New York City, right? I'm up in New York City, you know the NYC, the Big Apple, and I needed a taxi. Then this thing pulled up on the side of me called the Cash Cab. Guy driving it said his name was Ben Bailey and he was doing a game show or something. He asked me if I wanted to play. I said, alright, I'll play in the Cash Cab. So I got inside of the Cash Cab, opened the door to the Cash Cab, sat down in the Cash Cab. Ben Bailey got really mad once I started taking all his cash, and he was wasting all his gas while I was in the Cash Cab. I got picked up by the Cash Cab in New York City. Wasn't riding very far, I only had $1.50. Ben Bailey's in the driver's seat saying, buckle up. He says, you're in the Cash Cab. Do you want to try your luck? I said, yo, Ben, man, what the heck is luck? I'll be dumping knowledge like a freaking dump truck. You want to lose some money, man? I'm ready for the show, but I gotta let you know that I'm taking all your dough. After a couple questions, he wanted to kick me out, so he asked a really hard one, and I used my shout out. I already knew the answer, but wanted to cool him down, because he said he dropped me off in a terrible part of town. I paid it no mind and kept answering the questions, but the way that Ben was driving kind of gave me indigestion. I said, yo, Benny boy, hey man, take it easy. You're driving kind of crazy, make my stomach feeling queasy, peeling out and hitting brakes like we're on a slip and slide. You want me to lose my cash and leave with nothing but a ride. It ain't gonna happen, so stop acting crazy or I'm gonna roadhouse you when you call me Patrick Swayze. Let's get back to the show so I can make some money and you can crack jokes and have people think you're funny. We both cooled down and we started chit-chatting, just driving on the streets while looking at Manhattan. In the Cash Cab, I made money in a flash cab, kind of developed a rash cab, drinking apple juice in the Cash Cab. Ben Bailey got really mad. I was taking all his cash. He was wasting all his gas while I was in the Cash Cab. Now that Ben was calm, it was back to the show. So we drove a little further and he asked me some more. I wanted to keep riding so I wouldn't have to hike, so I made him feel better by getting a couple strikes. But the next one he asked, man, I answered so fast that he made a couple turns and started driving on the grass. His face was getting red and he accused me of cheating, and he got so hot that the van was overheating. I'm chill like ice, so I didn't really care, and it definitely beat having to pay a cab fare. He said just a couple more, and I said thank the Lord, because the questions you were asking, man, they make me kind of bored. A red light challenge happened at an intersection. He said I need some answers and I need at least 7, 8, 9, man. I kept counting them off and I never would have finished if he didn't fake a cough. A couple G's in my pocket, it was time to leave, but I didn't know Benny had something up his sleeve. He said this is the bonus and you gotta get it right, but if you answer incorrectly then it's time to say goodnight. Trying to freak me out, but mind games never work, because when you are a genius that's one of the many perks. Of course I got it right and Ben Bailey got all mad, and that ends the story about me in the Cash Cab. See, that was my time in the Cash Cab. Ben Bailey kicked me out. He said, I don't want to ever see you again. He threw the money in my face. He said, beat it. Scram. I said, hey, you know what? I don't even need your stinking money, Ben. You can stink and keep it. Alright? And you know what? I just decided right now that I don't even want this episode to be on TV. You can't even use it, which sucks because it's probably the best one that you ever had. But that's what you get, okay? So that ends the story about me in the Cash Cab. I appreciate you listening to this true story. Peace.